Okay, good evening everyone. So first let me introduce myself. My name is Kushi and I'm your trainer for this internship. So basically this is your Task-1 class as well as the intro class. Okay, first I'll tell you how this internship will go. Then we'll start with the Task-1 class. Okay. So basically if you opted for 1 month internship then there will be total 3 tasks you have to do, and if you opted for 2 month internship then there will be total 6 tasks you have to do. Okay, so how this will go, will assign your task in your WhatsApp group, a proper drive. Okay, in that you have to choose your domain PDF, and in that PDF proper description and responsibility will be there. Okay, what to do. And after assigning your task there will be a live session which I am going to take. Okay, I'll give you like a proper brief what you have to do. Then after the live class, also if you face any more doubt, okay, then you can ask me in the doubt group. The doubt group link you have to ask the management team, they will provide you, and you can ask me any doubt but only related to task in that group. Okay, so yes, after the live session, doubt class and all, there will be total like minimum 6 days. Okay, like maximum 7 days the management team will give you to complete your task. Okay, then comes the question how to complete your how to submit your task. Okay, so basically you have to submit your task on LinkedIn as well as on GitHub platform, both platform. Okay, so on LinkedIn you have to share the screenshot of your code and output, or you can share the screen recording. Okay, and you have to copy your post URL and you have to paste in the Google form link that we will provide you in your WhatsApp group after 4 5 6 days. Okay, after assigning your task. Similarly on GitHub we have to post the PDF file. Okay, and you have to copy paste that URL, post URL, and you have to paste in the same Google form link. Okay, in which you will submit that LinkedIn URL also. Okay, so basically this is how you have to submit your task. Also, if it's unclear that how to submit your task, you can ask the management team. They will provide you a proper thorough video in which I thoroughly explained how to submit your task. Okay, so yes, this is how this internship will go. And for Python developer, I'm going to use Jupyter Notebook as well as VS Code maybe. Okay, so it depends on you which kind of software you want to use for this for coding part. So yes, this was all about your like internship and task, how this it will go. So if you guys have any doubt related to this task, internship, anything domain, then you can ask me in the chat box. Then after 4 5 minutes, I'll start your task 1 class. Okay. So if there is no doubt, so can I start your task 1 class? Yes or no? So if there is no doubt, so can I start your task 1 class? You can say yes or no in chat box. Okay, so we'll see first what we have to do, the description objective. Okay, we'll start. Okay, now. So now we'll see the code part, we'll see the description, and side by side we'll see the code also. Okay. So basically your first is you have to write the sum of two numbers code. Okay. Here objective will be you have to write a program to calculate the sum of two numbers. Input you have to take two integers. Okay. So here I've taken, okay, and output you have to give the single integer, their sum, okay, and here hint is you have to use a simple addition operator. So for this you have to make a function, okay, so by using that keyword you have to make a function. This is the function name, sum of two numbers. You have to call the parameters here, and then you have to return a plus b, means you have to add them. Okay, then these are the two integers you have to take, and then you have to write the print statement. Okay, I hope everyone knows how to write the print statement. So this is your single integer which comes as 15. Okay, 10 plus 5 is 15. So this is how you can do. This is just a simple, okay, sum of two numbers. Then comes your second question, which is what you have to do. You have to make a code of odd or even. Okay, you have to determine whether a number is odd or even. For this input you have to take a single integer, and output should be odd or even. Okay, in this hint will be check the remainder when divided by 2. Okay, so in this hint is this. So you have to first make a push like function. Okay, you have to return even if the number is divided by 2. Okay, else odd. Okay, so here you have to just input in a like a single number. So here I've taken 7. 7 is odd. This is your result. Okay, now third comes the factorial calculation. In this you have to compute the factorial of a given number. Okay, and yes, input you have to given a single integer, and your output should be integer value of factorial. Okay, hint in this you have to use a loop. Okay, or you can use method factorial library. So here I've used loop, for loop. Okay, this I'm making the made the factorial function. For I in range for loop I've used. This is your 1 comma n plus 1 you have to call. Return you have to, this is a factorial. Okay, you have to multiply with the I, then return result. So here we are calling the 5, means the factorial of 5 is calculated, which is 120. Okay, so this is how you have to make a code part. Now comes the Fibonacci series. In this you have to generate the first triple n numbers in the Fibonacci sequence. You have to input, you have to give integer, and output you have to give the list of triple n Fibonacci numbers. Okay, so in this basically it's a hint. You have to use a loop where you can see in the description. Okay, what is this? So for Fibonacci sequence, Fibonacci sequence means you have to be in a like a proper sequence. Okay, so basically in this you have to make a function name which is here Fibonacci sequence. Sequence you have to mention from 0 to 1. Okay, your range will start from 2. Okay, and sequence dot append. Append means it will add. Okay, that number will be add continuously. Okay, in the last of your sequence. So here sequence minus 1, and here you are adding the sequence minus 2. So this is how you can show the Fibonacci series. Okay, and here input I have taken 10. This is your Fibonacci 10. Okay, 10 string. Now comes the reverse a string. So for in this objective is you have to reverse the character in a string. Okay, input you have to you have to give a string. Okay, here you have to give a string. So by using this slicing you can reverse a string. It's very simple. Okay, this is the string we have given in the input. Output is this. Okay, this is reversed. Now task 6 is your palindrome check. Okay, so in this you have to check if a string reads the same backward as forward. Okay, so for this also we are using a little bit reversing string. Okay, so basically in this you have to compare the string with its reversed version. Okay, this is the hint basically. So for this you have to use same slicing, and then you have to like input the number which is redder, and so here it says is redder a palindrome. It will give you answer in true or false. Okay, Now comes the leap year check. So for in this you have to determine whether a year is a leap year or not. Here you have to give input an integer year, like example 2024, and output you have to give true if leap year, otherwise false. Okay. Hint is in this is a year is a leap year. Okay, if it divisible by 4, but not by 100. Okay, unless divisible by 400. So this is how you have to use, and you have to make a leap year check code. Okay, now comes the eighth part, which comes the Armstrong number. Okay, so basically in this you have to check if a number equals the sum of its digit raised to the power of the number of digits. Okay, here you have to input given the three n numbers. Okay, output should be your true or false. Okay, and here the example is, for example, 153. Okay, is an Armstrong number because 1 3, like 13 plus 53 plus 33. Okay, this is equal to 1531. Okay, and equal if you do raised to power 3 of all of them. Okay, which comes the 153. Okay, so this is how you have to do. So in this hint is you have to convert to a string part. Okay, you have to convert your this to a string part and to calculate the length and power. Okay, so this is how you have to do. Now comes the now comes your custom encryption and description system. So basically in this you have to develop a program that encrypts and decrypts messages using custom encryption algorithm like substitution, ciphers, or matrix transformation. Okay, so basically in this you have to yes so in this basically challenge is you have to create a robust algorithm for encryption and decryption. Okay, you have to handle edge cases, example special character spaces. Okay, and optionally you have to implement multi-layer encryption in this. So basically how you have to do, yes, so basically what it does, custom encryption description system, what it does, it encrypts and decrypts a message using a shift. Okay, shift is your scissor cipher. So how encryption works, each letter in the text, okay, is shifted by a specified number, example like 3 in the alphabet. Okay, and in non-alphabetic characters like spaces or punctuation stay the same. Okay, so and how decryption works, it will reverse the process by shifting letter back by the same amount. Okay, example like hello. Hello encrypted with a shift of 3 becomes cool. Okay, and decrypted cool returns hello. So this is how you have to make a custom encryption decryption system. Okay, so this is your code for that. You have to make a function for this, and here you have to mention your text and shift part. This is the parameter you are calling, and you have to use the loop part, and you have to like sort all these things. You have to make a proper program for encryption and decryption for shift part. Okay, for forward shift, for backward shift. Okay, and after creating this you have to call, you have to like input the string part. Okay, shift key also you have to mention the encrypted message, decrypted message, then you have to print the original encrypted and decrypted. Okay, so original here is hello world, encrypted is cool this one, and decrypted is hello world. Okay, so basically this is how you have to do your task one. Okay, so first task you have to do is to sum of two number. You have to add two numbers together, and how it uses the this plus operator you have to use to calculate the sum of two numbers, and you have to return the result. Then second is odd or even. You have to check if a number is odd or even. For this you have to use this modulus percent modulus operator to see if there's a remainder when dividing number by 2. So if the remainder is 0, it's even, otherwise it's odd. Then you have to do the factorial calculation. You have to calculate the factorial of a number. So how to do? You have to multiply all numbers from 1 to the given number n. For example, like 5 factorial, then 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. This is how this will work. Then comes the Fibonacci sequence. So it will generate the first n numbers in the Fibonacci sequence. So how to do? It starts with a 0 and 1. Then keep adding the last two number to get the next number in the sequence. Okay. So for this you have to use this. Then comes the reverser string. So reverses the order of characters in a string. So how to do? We have to use a slice with this format, okay, to create a new string with characters in reverse order. Then comes the palindrome check. So in this you have to check if a string reads the same forward and backward, okay. And how to do? You have to compare the string to its reversed version, okay. Then comes the leap year check. In this you have to determine if a year is a leap year. So how to do? A year is a leap year if it is divisible by 4, okay, and it's not divisible by 100 unless also divisible by 400, okay. Then comes the Armstrong. So Armstrong, in this you have to check if a number is an Armstrong number. And how to check? You have to split the number into its digit, raises each digit to the power of the total number of digits, and check if the sum equals the original number or not, okay. And then you have to do the custom encryption description system. In this you have to use a shift scissor cipher. And how this will work? In encryption, each letter in the text is shifted by a specified number, and in decryption reverses the process by shifting letter back by the same amount, okay. So this is how you have to make a function of the custom encryption and decryption system, okay. So I hope your task 1 is clear to you all what you have to do in this task. And if not, then you can ask me any doubt in the chat box right now. So is this task is clear to you all what you have to do in your task 1? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, okay. So basically in this, the restriction you have to do is no use of built-in encryption libraries, okay, like cryptography or Hershey, you don't have to use this. Reason is the goal of this project is for you to build an understanding of how encryption works at a low level, okay. So by manually implementing this algorithm, it will gain deeper insight into the data security principle, okay, such as the importance of keys and encryption algorithm. So using pre-built library would only teach them how to apply the algorithm, okay, not how it works. So that is why. So the learning outcome will be for you, it will learn about the algorithm design, data transformation and security principles without relying on ready-made solution, okay. And the deadline compliance for this project is you have to submit this project within 7 days from the start date. Reason is because the meeting deadline is crucial in the real world software development environment. So this instruction help you to practice time management and task prioritization, okay. So in professional settings, tight deadlines are often the norm. So and learning to meet them without compromising quality is an essential skill, okay. So the general guidelines for all project is you have to submit with a report documentation. You have to explaining the approach, key challenges and solution. And the reason is because documentation forces you to like articulate your thought process. Okay. So it also simulates your real world expectations where developer must often explain their code to stakeholders, team members or clients. Okay. So this is an essential skill that you have to enhance. Okay. So in this you will learn to ability to communicate complex technical ideas and reflect on your problem solving approaches, okay, which is a key skill. So yes, those who have any more doubt related to this task or anything, you can ask me in the chat box. Else the task 1 class is over, so please complete and submit your task on time because you have to complete and submit your all tasks for receiving your completion certificate. And if you face any more doubt related to your task, then you can ask me in the doubt group. Okay, so yes, those who have any query right now, more they can ask me in the chat box, else you all can leave. The class is over and we'll see you in next class then. Okay, thank you.